You're going to OmariJ, and I'm on a journey to redefine, grow, and become the proof of a better man. And today, in this video, I have a friend of mine, Prince Brown, and we're gonna have a little chat on love, more specifically self-love, and his journey through self-love. So I hope you find this content to be helpful, and I pray that it will be beneficial to you and it will help you to become a better man, or someone that you know to become a better man. You see me? Bless.
Thank you thank you so very much for sharing. So it is for a series that I'm doing called Mandem, and I just want to have a wider scope as to what different men have, what ideas different men have with different topics, basically. And for this particular topic I'm doing, and it's on self-love. And I think you are quite positioned. You're positioned well to kind of talk on that. I think based on different conversations that we've had in CG and thing. So if you don't mind introducing yourself, just give a small, brief introduction, not a bit too big, and then we can get into it.
All right. Well, hi. I'm Prince Brown. I make music in my spare time. I'm also I'm a gospel artist at the moment as well. Currently, I work at NTV, and I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. Really trying to get outside of my shell though. I really love God. I'm a empath as well. I have a very big heart, so I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's it about me at the moment.
All right, cool. So just go jump straight into it. So the first question is, how do you define manhood?
Manhood. For me, all right. So this is something that I've recently started learning, which is someone who is who takes responsibility for his actions, who's very accountable, very protective of the ones around him. He tries to lead and lead in a positive light, and just try to be respectable in all ways. And he's not afraid to be himself and just be confident in who he is. Yeah, be confident in who he is. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. So you speak of being confident and being responsible, I think. Have you ever struggled with anything specifically pertaining to being a man? Everything, just like one thing.
Well, I think coming to terms with just knowing it's okay to show emotions as a man, especially in a country like Jamaica, where being a man and being open about how you feel about things is often frowned upon. So I'm coming to terms with just being accepting of the fact that it's okay to be open, it's okay to show who you are, it's okay to wear your heart in your sleeve, and it's okay to just tell everybody all of that.
Yeah, I found myself being in a similar situation where I don't particularly want. I don't particularly hide my thoughts a lot, but I used to, and I've had to find the strength to kind of be okay with being as expressive as I would like to be. It's okay for me to show emotion. It's okay for me to feel. Is in me. So yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly about learning to share, learning to be okay with sharing emotion and all that stuff. And speaking of emotion, third question is: do you know what love is?
Well, from the biblical perspective, yeah. And that's also something I'm learning as well. Especially learning how to love yourself in order to love others around you. It's patience. Patience is something that I've struggled with. So learning that love is patient, it's kind, it's not self-seeking, all of that. So currently, every time I think about love and interact with different persons around me, I try to remember all of those biblical principles, and I try my best to put them across. Before I never truly understand that, and I think that affected my last relationship a lot. But now where I'm at, I've learned all of these things, and I realize it's not just a word as well; it's an action. You have to continuously show it, and you have to be very mindful of how the next person around you receives love, and just try to convey it in a language that they understand, which also goes back to love languages. So yeah, it can be a lot, but as long as you're patient, everything will just fall into place. Yeah.
One thing. So we're really short on time, so I'll just cut through a few of the questions. I hear you speak on loving yourself, learning to love yourself, especially how it has affected you in like previous relationships. I kind of want to have so just kind of give me a quick answer for two questions in one, where have you ever struggled with love, and how do you define self-love?
What's the last question?
How do you define self-love?
Self-love. I have struggled with accepting love. At one point, I didn't think I deserved it, and I used to do a lot of self-sabotage, had to go to counseling for that, and that has helped a lot. So I would recommend a lot of persons do counseling. It does help, and it does help you to grow. It's nothing to fear. Repeat the last question, please.
How do you define
what is self-love?
Yeah.
How do you define self-love? How would I define it? I think it would just be being appreciative of everything that you are, good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty parts, just being completely accepting of that, and learning to forgive the part of you that was ignorant in the past, which was also something I struggled with coming into this year, learning to forgive my younger self for making a lot of mistakes. After learning how to love myself more, I realized that this is all just a process. This is all a part of you just growing up, and you just have to accept where you are at now, and understand that at that point in your life you never understood, what was happening, and you never had the knowledge that you have now. So learn to be forgiving to yourself, be patient, be kind to yourself. All of these things that the Bible talk about in terms of loving other people. And if you're able to do that for yourself, you'll find that it's very easy to do it for other persons. So that would be my response as far as love goes.
I think you just kind of stepped into my next question, where you're speaking about like when you learn how to love yourself, and you love yourself, the right way, you can then be able to do so with others. I myself believe that self-love is a factor that plays into how a man behaves, and acts in society. So, what are your thoughts on the relationship between a man's behavior and his perception of love, specifically, sir?
His behavior and his perception of love. Well, I think in regards to perception, that will dictate how you behave completely in response to the love of others and love of yourself. Because if you think, because I've had conversations with persons and they view love as a horrible thing, something that they don't want to get into because they think at some point in their life they're gonna lose it and they're gonna be hurting and all of that, and because of that they continuously guard themselves, so that they never try to extend love or accept love from anybody, and so because of that you find that you become stagnant, and you never get to I guess experience love in the way God wanted it to, the way God intended it to. And so I think you just need to free up yourself, because if you close off yourself, you'll never be able to deep dive into what God has for you as far as love is, and loving yourself and being confident in who you are. And I think after you learn to love yourself, you also learn what it is that you want in your life and don't want, and what is it that you're willing to accept and won't accept within your life, and it makes a lot of things after that very easier to do. You'll see red flags and green flags as far as other persons are concerned very, very, very easily.
Yeah, that's very true. That's true. Yo, thank you so very much. This was really good. We put you on the spot. Just like I wanted to just give me just any form of encouragement that you have for the Mandem. So I just start off Mandem and just insert the encouragement. Ready? Go.
Yeah, man. No man. All right. So love is a beautiful thing. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of expressing yourself. Don't be afraid of accepting love when it does come your way. You never know what it might turn out to be. And one word of advice: please seek counseling. A lot of us as men, especially in the Jamaican society, the things that we should value in life are very screwed up. Your minds are twisted, and it's just wrong all around. And I feel like counseling will just fix all of that and change your perception of a lot of things, and realize that you can be a man and be expressive and be accepting of love, and be caring towards your partner or friends or whoever that's around you. I think that's it.
All right, bro. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so very much for watching this video. If you have not already, please, you can go ahead and subscribe right here. And if you are interested in watching more content like this, please go ahead and watch this one right here.